the dynamics of the win, the election itself.
Yes.
There were times that you were scared, your camp.
This year.
Especially earlier on, about 2-3 months before the election, there were times that you were scared. Of course,
okay, so let me tell you, if there was a time we were scared, it's not earlier on. The time that we were scared, I'm giving too much now. If there were times that we panicked a bit, it was a week to the election. When we did that, when we were in Ashanti. It wasn't earlier. We were confident we were going to win. But in Ashanti, we now chanced on a list that the Ken camp has made that they are winning. About 12 constituencies. And for us, it was like, hold on. What is it that they know that we don't know?
Paul believed in that list. You go ahead. Finish your point.
Let me say, I was going to say something. This panic that you went through at the last minute, I went through it as soon as the campaign started. And that's why I went to see Ken. Because I was listening and I was hearing everything. I said, hey, are we going to lose this thing? So let me go and understand what they are doing that is making people all that. No, I saw El Bernard. That what you, I said, El Bernard, is it true? He said, I tell you, it will happen. Nah. And then people like you gave encouragement that forget about prophecy. Let's focus on
I don't disbelieve prophecy, but when men of God, quote unquote, are doing campaign, I can tell the difference between
he didn't start with
a man of God doing campaign rather than doing a prophecy.
At the beginning, it was
okay.
quiet.
So,
I don't understand how these prophets don't see their way to solve Ghana's problems. They only see plans and then they see politics.
So let me finish. So the reason, we've campaigned Doctor is the only one that does these 276 constituencies. No other politician in this country. Nope. Doctor is the only one that did.
276.
To visit the constituencies. Brian started moving them in clusters. In clusters.
He did. He
moved. No, you see, we are coming to visiting the constituencies is one thing. Bringing them in clusters and meeting them is a different thing. What I'm saying is that
2-3 constituencies to one.
4-5 constituencies to one place is a different thing. But Doctor went to all constituencies. So what I'm saying is that
Kennedy didn't do all.
No, Doctor is the only one that did.
Then they
let me before. That's fine. It's not the point I want to make. But when we got to Kumasi, which is the last leg, and we saw 12 constituencies in the Ashanti region, which now we chanced on, that Ken saying that he's going to win. Bantima, Inshaeso, AKT Hamon's constituency.
Inshaeso was almost split.
Yes, and those... and we now started finding out, why is he? So we started meeting the teams responsible for these constituencies and assigning reasons. For Bantima, for example, his regional coordinator, Juan Gantua guy, is from there. So he spent a lot of money and doing a lot of things in Bantima. So we started to get, look, so now the hard conversation started. Then fine-tuning why and what we can do. That was the only time that there was a bit of low, because the assurances, the vigor, the enthusiasm from that camp was a bit too much. And we think that they can't have that much energy if it was just based on a fluke. So for me, it was that time when we now have to go on the platforms and talk to various people and find out what it is. But as it pans out, he won all those constituencies, except the Ahafwano one that he won with Elvis. But look, the spread is good. Everywhere, in the Greater Accra especially. Greater Accra.
So as you can see on our screen, let's go to the spread, the national spread. And you can see that Bawumia has done a lot better this time. He's won across the country. And
the most important place is also the Boko enclave, right? 6 constituencies in that area. We heard a lot about how they don't like him, they don't vote for him, blah, blah, blah. He only lost Binduri. Right? He won Garu, he won Timpani, he won Boko, Pusiga.
Okay.